There can be up to 100,000 performers in one show, with 15,000 people being pixels in the background. Students get 3 months off from college to practice as a pixel.
With the best Korean songs and graceful dances, the grand performance explains how the Arirang nation, once a tragic colony, has overcome all the twists and turns to be the master of its own destiny and faces the world as a dignified nation.
Children must have started to practice early on, as you cannot see this kind of precision anywhere else in the world, maybe in China. The president saw this ball. How about little bowling? At some places, you know, life seems quite normal. The roads are almost completely empty. There are apparently only 200,000 cars in the whole country, and of those it is unknown how many work. The roads are sometimes massive, but in a very bad state. The transportation infrastructure is appalling. and one wonders how goods are distributed in the country. On the contrary, it is rumored that Kim Jong-il has 200 luxury Mercedes. Ordinary citizens need a permission to travel from city to city in the DPRK. On Sundays, it is not allowed to drive anyways, unless you're high up. Even in Pyongyang, where you have 3 million people, there is very seldom any traffic jams. There is also a massive shortage of energy. The transport and factories suffer from repeated cuts. The trains cannot always run, thus preventing coal from getting to power plants. There are broken bridges and gas stations closed. Highways just stopping nowhere. The public transportation does not look too healthy, and huge queues can be seen on the streets. The train tracks run only in one direction, and they do seem to be in a bad state. The Sinchon massacre. During the war, the left and right battles were ferocious, and lots of civilians were killed. There were approximately 35,000 civilians killed in the county of Sinchon. This museum claims that the Americans killed all the civilians with ultimate brutality. The aim of the museum is not to remember history as it was. The North committed atrocities during the war numbering at around 160,000. The South retaliated. The truth is hard to tell who killed whom. Probably both sides did terrible things. We cannot tell who these people in the pictures were. And some of the pictures seem kind of fake. I mean, they say, look, baby and woman. And the difference in contrast is kind of great.
The US imperialists, no one cannot do this and make these criminals part of the American who made the country on the skeleton of the India. And this is the Public Army, the South Korean Army. And this is the foreign army for capture the...
They take school children into the museum. There were a group of high school girls on a revenge tour. This permanently changes the developing mind. And the man in there was, perhaps, a survivor, telling us that the US must be revenged. The place resembles Arthur Evans' Knossos on the island of Crete. Then we are taken into a bunker, which supposedly was used for burning 900 people in it. And on the last powers, the people wrote on the wall, just before burning, "Long live the Workers' Party of Korea."
Brought to be the storm that long live the Workers' Party of Korea.
Yes, and the wooden frames have only burned a small amount.
900